I'm a very ready reader. Hi guys, this is Connie, and this is going to be Introduction to Connie Reads Brian's Winter by Gary Paulsen. I was getting lost on the world of YouTube, and between Hank Green sharing a story that was really kind of not a happy one, and Megan Tonjes sharing another not so pleasant, which is an understatement of the century, video, I was like, ugh, I need something that needs to, like, how can I restore faith in humanity just a little bit in my way? And so what I decided to do was basically give into Fanservice. My most requested book after finishing Hatchet was reading the follow-up for Brian's Winter. So, if anything, not that I actually have legitimate sponsors, but it's going to be brought to you by the library, because I went and I got myself a brand new library card, and now I didn't have to pay for a book, and I can read it to you. And since it's this thin in hardback, this should be fairly simple, so I'm going to let this be the primary thing that we do now, because it is the most requested thing I'm asked for after people finish with Hatchet, is please, please, please read Brian's Winter. And so, without further ado, and the one way I know that I can decrease world suck right now is give the people what they want. So this is the introduction. So in the front cover, we have a small description. In Gary Paulsen's classic novel, Hatchet, 13-year-old Brian Robeson is stranded in the Canadian wilderness. To survive, he must rely on his intelligence, his instincts, and one tool, a hatchet. Finally, as millions of readers know, he is rescued at the end of the summer. But what if Brian hadn't been rescued? What if Brian had been left to confront his deadliest enemy, winter? Gary Paulsen raises the stakes for survival in this riveting and inspiring story as one boy faces the ultimate test and the ultimate adventure. And hopefully future Connie will remember that we took care of the cover stuff. So a little bit about the man who wrote this book and who wrote the last one, Gary Paulsen. Gary Paulsen is the distinguished author of many critically acclaimed books for young people, including 3 Newbery Honor books, The Winter Room, Hatchet, and Dog Song. Among his newest Random House books are The Glass Cafe, How Angel Peterson Got His Name, Caught by the Sea, Guts, the true stories behind Hatchet and the Brian books, The Beet Fields, and 5 books about Francis Tuckett's adventures in the Old West. Gary Paulsen has also published fiction and nonfiction for adults, as well as picture books illustrated by his wife, the painter Ruth Wright Paulsen. Their most recent book is Canoe Days. The Paulsens live in New Mexico and on the Pacific Ocean. So I'm not sure how old this book actually is. Let's see if we see it in the front. Brian's Winter. I had no idea he had written so many books. Oh my word. So, this is copyright 1996. Okay, so, and it's dedicated for Caitlin, Matt, and Nick Spille. I apologize if I totally just butchered the last name. Spille. And here's the foreword. And after this, we will cut it off for the introduction, and the next time you see me, you'll see me, if not a random vlog, it'll be reading you Brian's Winter. Foreword. This book was written for all those readers of Hatchet and The River who wrote, and in parentheses it says, I received as many as 200 letters a day, to tell me they felt Brian Robeson's story was left unfinished by his early rescue before they said, it became really hard going. They asked, what would have happened if Brian hadn't been rescued, if he had had to survive in the winter? Since my life has been one of survival in winter, running 2 Iditarods, hunting and trapping as a boy and a young man, the challenge became interesting, and so I researched and wrote Brian's Winter. showing what could and perhaps would have happened had Brian not been rescued. For the purpose of this story, it is necessary to shift the idea left by Hatchet and suppose that although Brian did retrieve the survival pack from the plane, he did not trigger a radio signal and did not get rescued. Other than that, I hope I have remained true to the story in Hatchet, and that this book will answer the question of Brian's winter survival. It is important to note, however, that his previous knowledge was vital. He had to know summer survival to attempt living in winter. Had he been dropped in the winter with no previous knowledge of hunting, surviving, no education gained in the school of hard knocks during the summer, Brian probably would have died no matter what his luck or abilities. That's the end of the foreword, and we go into part 1, which is called Fall. So, we will jump right into it, and I hope that you guys, why am I going somewhere else? Just do the outro. Be careful with that and enjoy, please and thank you, and I will see you guys for the next chapter. Bye.